Hey everyone, it's Sunday. As we approach the ending of April, I'm excited to share with you that I'm kicking off a series that I've been meaning to do for some time, and there's no time like the present. All around us, we're seeing companies start up, we're seeing them go away, we're seeing people who are leaders who go to work for a month or two and have to keep starting over. And there's some things that have been missing from the industry for some time, and I want to do something about it. So I'm going to kick off this series, and this series is going to be for multiple days. I'll be doing them on YouTube, YouTube Live. You can either watch it live or watch the recordings. The idea is to make sure that you understand that it rains on the just and the unjust. You may be someone who is a single parent, never had an opportunity to go to college, and you just never been good at math, so you think that you're not going to be good at this. You may be someone, you tried business at home by yourself already many times over, only to find you keep giving money to people and then they try to recruit you to something different. You also may be a part of the old school that you haven't done anything. You've paid, but you never really tried. You never really worked at it. Then you were tricked. You were told that you want to get something, and the best way to do it is no recruiting, no work to do, just pay, right? That way you can become a notch in someone's belt. I'm going to give you the ins and the outs of this stuff so you can be prepared and have the opportunity like I did. I'm an African American male who grew up in a family of nine. We had what would be considered a dysfunctional family. We lived on the road a lot of the times, and women's shelters and things like that. And in fact, because of this, I had to go to 17 different schools. And believe it or not, I was in special needs from the time I was in sixth grade forward. I'm telling you that so you can know that this is something that you can do. You can do this stuff. When I graduated from high school, I had a sixth grade level in math, science, and English. Telling you that also for a reason. It doesn't matter what you've been through, what you're going through. Thought maybe I'd become college material. So as I worked in the hospital at the entry level, I thought I'd go to college. So I'd went to the military so I'd get money. Went to the military, had exposure to chemicals, spent about 3 years, a little more than 3 years in the hospital, over 17 different plastic surgeries. No, 17 different plastic surgeries on my lower extremities, and then had colorectal surgery, all my breast tissue removed. I've been around the block. And I'm telling you this so that you can know that among the living there is hope. There are things that you can do. And if I could do this stuff, I didn't start my own business, didn't start my own home business until I was 41 years old. Huh, yeah, how about that? Yes, I did later go back to school when I got my health, but the things I learned in multi-level marketing, the things I learned in home business have taught me more than I learned even while I was in school. So, why am I telling you this? Because I'm going to share with you a principle I learned from Jack Canfield some 12 years ago. And this principle has really taken me a long way in my studies, in my understanding of business and how it works. And, um, and I've been able to incorporate my background, which is biology and chemistry, which came later. When I was 38 years old, I got a degree in biology and chemistry. And then when I was 40, I ended up getting my master's in business administration. I did this stuff as an adult because I just didn't fit in the other way. But what I was able to learn in multi-level marketing and home business and incorporate with this stuff has transformed my life. And I want you to be encouraged that you can do this stuff. Now, I'm going to be unselfish in this series. I don't care what company you're with. If you know someone that's in a business and you want them to learn this stuff, invite them out to this series. I'm going to be talking about things that are going to be uncomfortable, maybe, or maybe refreshing for you. You can decide. But I want you to come out and join me for this specific series, as I said. And it's going to be called E plus O equals R. Now, E plus O equals R. Now, being a guy who loves chemistry, who loves biology itself, mathematics, I love formulas. I love formulas because as long as you do what's in the formula, you will get the outcome. That's what I like about formulas. I love formulas for that reason. I'm not one to believe in luck. I don't want to get something just because I paid for it. I want to apply myself. I want to know the formula so I can get the results. So I'm going to be talking about that. And the reason why is I want you to take a look at my screen. As you see E plus R equals O, I want you to note the events that you see in the screen. That represent events that happen. These are things that happen outside of you. Events. The events that happen, they have nothing, you have no control over them, they just occur. These things happen in life. And if you haven't had any events occur in life, live it a little longer. But I rest assured you all have. when you have events, there are things that will create a response from you. Your response to the events determine the outcome. Your response to events determine the outcome. What does that look like? Well, I want you to know what that looks like. Not having a response at all is a response. Not having a response at all is a response that, guess what? That basically says that you would just like things to just happen on their own, which means the forces of nature may align in the opposite of your favor because you have no response. There may be that you have a limited response. Whatever it is, we're going to talk about that all week long. We're going to talk about events and why it's foolish for you to get on board with this stuff that's out there that says, hey, look, no recruiting, nothing, just pay money. And the reason it never worked for you because it doesn't work for anybody. It works for the person that dupes you into following that trend because you become one of thousands that pay your money, that pays that salary. I want you all to learn this week what you can do. Have income coming into your house because of your response to the events. If 22 million Americans are out of work and have to be at home looking for something, this is an event. What's your response to it? Is your response to go with anything that doesn't want you? I want you to know that your response had better include you, and it hasn't. It's only included your money over the years. I want you to know you want to become wealthy. You want to build a legacy for your family. Let it include you. That's what we're going to talk about this week. Your response has got to include you, what that looks like. So recruiting is a good thing. You know what it reminds me of? Those that say, hey, look, you want to lose weight? Just take this pill. Or shout Alibaba 3 times every night for 4 days, right? Only just eat rice. And they come up with all kinds of things that don't involve your commitment. Those are, it's interesting. When I think about children and where they come from, I think about the long-term view that has been out there that be nice to just have kids, right? The responsibility comes with them is so great. If your response is just to have one because people could tell you how cute they are, you lost. The kid is lost. There is so much in our world that's built this way. And I want you to know, if you build your business sound like this, I'm going to share with you principles. And the principles are important because the outcome, that is based on your response. The outcomes are already predetermined because principles that God has given us in our world that exist. The principles exist because the events are going to occur, and your response, when those two combine, there will be an outcome. You can have some say on the outcome because of the principles, not because you're great or just so darn good looking, but because you can. Come out this week, join me, right? You'll get invitation emails every day. Come on out and invite someone out to talk about it and learn what they can do. You want to be an aggressive supervisor? Go do it. I'm not going to come up with some fancy diet pill for you. I'm not going to tell you no recruiting because I think that's just dumb. Recruiting is not a bad thing. Do you not know you get recruited all the time for your favorite sports team? You get recruited all the time for that cute blouse that everybody else is wearing. When has it not worked? It has always worked. Just so happens that it doesn't work when it's built on scams and falsehoods. Yeah, when it's built on lies and it's built on everybody gets to drive a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. When it's based on that stuff, it doesn't work. I'm thinking of so many of you who are committed to your futures. I want you to note, I am 55 years old. I started a business on my own at 41. When I started my first home business, I remember the first few weeks, I just flopped. And I was told there's no easy way out of it. I was told that, if you want to be a great leader in this business, you got to build a team first. There's nothing you can do. Build a team. Build a team. What's that mean? Well, you need to go to the meetings, go to the trainings, learn how to build a team. So I didn't know. I had my corporate mindset. I had a college education, but I didn't have any common sense when it comes to this kind of stuff. I had to learn it. Then I was told you want to make a lot of money in this team. Everybody that makes a lot of money, they never miss the conferences. They never miss the annual meeting. Like, oh, geez, we got to do that too? Then I was told you want to be great. The greatest among us, they have their own calls. They have their own webinars, their own YouTube video channels. They're already, at that time, there was no YouTube channels. They were conference calls. So I had to learn new skills. Guess what? All of you have been home for 5 to 7 weeks. Many of you have binged Netflix, you binged things, but you didn't learn new things. I'm going to tell you something. One of the greatest skills to learn is learn how to develop relationships so that you can actually attract people to your business. Now, whether you call that recruiting or not, that's fine with me. But if you want to get people to join you and pay, and you have no substance behind it, it cannot last. You can do it all year long. I've got several of you in the last year. You've told me about at least 5 new companies that you were joining. And I applaud you. Go ahead. If it works for you and your family, do it. Only to find out you got running the same cycles there. You can land the plane. This week, learn how to land the plane and make sure that the best of companies come after you. And if you believe you're so good that you don't have to pay, you're a part of the problem. You're part of the reason all those companies go out of business, because you want them to operate in the red because you say you're so good. And if you're that good, why do you mind paying? What happened to the American spirit, or whatever country you're from, the spirit of get out of my way, tell me how it works, I'll pay my own way? As an African American, I learned that early on. My parents taught me, don't you let them do it for you. I don't care who it is. Get them out of your way. I have a brother who has polio since he was 6 months old. My parents did not let him. They didn't let people do things for him. He rode his own bike. He fixed his own bike. He fixed his own car. If you cannot run, that's okay, but you can do everything else. You will not become dependent. And what is with you guys that really believe that you don't need to pay? Pay. If you don't have the money, ask them to pay you after you start making. Take it out of the money you make, but don't, have some pride in your business. You're going to learn all that this week. This is Dwayne Gordon. I don't want to spoil the thing, but I want you to learn these principles so your life can change. This is Dwayne Gordon. You deserve it. Why don't you join me? I'll get started at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday night. What date is that? I think that's the 21st, I would say. If it's not, you guys can check me up on that. Monday night. This is Sunday the 20th. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look at my phone. Yeah, Monday the 20th, it looks like. Monday the 20th. I will see you guys. God bless you. Take care.